Good morning and welcome to Real Estate Radio ViaVija, where we talk about what's buzzing in the Puget Sound real estate market and across the nation. We're here every Monday morning at 9 a.m. till 9:30 Pacific time. I'm your host, Vija Williams, and I am a real estate agent in the Seattle area.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ben Williams, co-host and Seattle local area realtor as well.
Well, Ben, we have a great show for everybody today. We will, of course, hear from our own Cody Touche in the Lender Minute. Plus, there's a brand new real estate on... Oh, there is brand new real estate on our planet thanks to an underwater explosion. Can't wait to hear about that.
Yes, and for those out there listening who are business owners, how to run a successful business yet keep your personal home life in balance at the same time, we'll welcome in a guest who will share some secrets as to how you can have it all.
That's right. We've got Wendy Papasan. I just learned it. It's because I just learned it. Wendy Papasan on the line. I've known Wendy for a few years. She's a good friend, and she is calling in from Austin today, and she has managed to create a huge business and leave the office at 5:30 every day. And as you can attest to, that does not happen.
It doesn't, yeah, because being as a husband-wife real estate team ourselves, it is challenging when you've got the kids and you've got the business and you've got clients and you've got after-school programs for the kids. It's just it all adds up. And where do you find the time?
Well, Wendy has done it, and I'm so anxious to learn about it. I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't be in the audience today.
Yeah, I'm excited about hearing what she has to say. Can see how we can actually benefit from that. I'm sure a lot of our listeners will be able to take what she has to say and really utilize it in their own lives.
I think anybody who's self-employed, a friend of mine said it best once. She said that there is a noisy mind of an entrepreneur. And I totally understand that. If you own your own business, your mind doesn't shut down. And so I think it's fascinating to figure out how to balance not only your physical schedule and time, but also balance when you're working with your spouse and family members, how to balance, personal, private time versus work time.
Absolutely. And it's not even just that. It's also, keep in mind, you want to stay healthy. You have to find time for exercise. You have to find time for mental breaks to get away and re-energize. And it's not just, about the actual business part. It's also about those kind of ideas.
That's right. You're really good at that. You do well at that. Well, we're going to step away for a short break. And when we come back, we're going to welcome in Wendy Papasan to find out how to balance day-to-day life. And like we said, how to run a highly successful, and let me say big business. Wendy's got a big business, and that's why I really am excited to have her on today. And we're going to learn, apparently from Ben, how new real estate is erupting in the South Pacific.
Yes.
The story will
blow your mind. You'll have to check that. So remember, you can always throw a question onto our Facebook page at facebook.com/ViaVija or on Twitter at ViaVija. We are back in a minute. This is Real Estate Radio ViaVija.
Attention homeowners, there are not enough homes for sale for the buyer demand we are experiencing in the Puget Sound. If you are interested in selling your home or even just thinking about it, please call Vija Williams at Keller Williams Real Estate today. When there's not enough homes for sale, this creates a seller's market. There are thousands of potential home buyers relocating here and living here locally who want to take advantage of these historically low interest rates before they rise. Please call us today to schedule a complimentary pricing analysis of your home. Vija will tell you what your home is worth and will consult you on home prep to get your home market ready. Call Vija to find out more. Vija Williams of Keller Williams Real Estate, 425-998-8452, 425-998-VIJA. That's 425-998-VIJA, 425-998-8452. Get an automatic home evaluation at SeattleHomeValue.com. That's SeattleHomeValue.com. www.seattlehomevalue.com.
Alternative Talk 1150. We're on your radio at 1150 a.m. We're on your HD radio at 98.9 Channel 3.
So many ways to listen.
We're on the web at 1150kknw.com. Streaming live audio and video as well as MP3 archives of many of our shows.
So many ways to listen.
And now, we're on your smartphone or tablet. Download our free app in the Apple App Store or Google Play and take Alternative Talk 1150 anywhere you go.
So many ways to listen.
This is why you work so hard to pay the mortgage.
Because home is more than four walls and a roof. It's that porch swing on a summer night. It's pajamas with feet and everybody over for Sunday dinner. And that old stuffed chair in the living room you just can't get rid of. This is why you work a second job. This is why you learn to fix things yourself, so you could save on repairs. Because home is your place, your memories, your family sleeping in their own beds at night. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. And now even more options are available. Call 888-995-HOPE today. That's 888-995-HOPE. Or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov.
Good night, Mama.
This is why. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Tired of the insanity of other talk radio stations? Just click your radio knob and say there's no place like Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio ViaVija, your weekly radio show with the buzz on what's happening in the real estate industry this week in the Puget Sound and in the nation. I'm your host, Vija Williams, and I'm a real estate agent here in the Seattle area.
And I'm Ben Williams. We hope you are enjoying your Monday morning. Thanks for tuning in today, wherever you may be, whether it's in your car, in traffic, or at work. Remember, you can join us every Monday from 9 to 9:30 a.m. here and online at blogtalkradio.com/ViaVija. That's spelled ViaVija.
That's right. And Ben, at this time, we want to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors of the radio program.
Yes, we'd like to let all of our loan originating and industry-related professional listeners to know that one of our sponsors, the Washington Association of Mortgage Professionals, or WAMP, as we like to call them, is hosting their annual dinner meeting coming up March 25th at the Embassy Suites Hotel in Bellevue. Their keynote speaker is Rich Lefflers. He's the author of Mortgage 101 Bootcamp and Insider Basics for the First-Time Homebuyer.
So loan originators all over the country spend hundreds of dollars to attend Rich Leffler seminars. And thanks to WAMP and their gold sponsor, USA Direct Funding, you can become inspired by his high-volume lending techniques, all for the price of a plated dinner. For more information or to reserve your seat, please visit mywamp.org, and we'll put that link on our Facebook page.
Great. Thanks, Via. So before the break, we teased about some new real estate erupting, literally, in the South Pacific. Now, are you familiar with this story at all?
I am not.
Okay, well, I'll enlighten you here. So a 1-mile-long cone-shaped island began forming a month ago following an underwater volcanic eruption. Now, this happened about 40 miles north of the South Pacific island of Tonga. 3 men from Tonga just recently set foot on the island and climbed up to the top of its crater. They say while it's safe to walk on, the rocks are still warm to the touch, and there's a strong sulfur smell coming from the crater. Now, their photos were just released through the UK news agency, The Telegraph. We've linked it to our website at Facebook/ViaVija, so you can go check it out. It's pretty cool. They have some satellite shots before and after the eruption that shows the actual crater emerging, which I think is pretty cool. Now, the island does not have a name yet, and taking it to the next level for just a second, Realtor.com already releasing a report regarding how much this new island could be worth. They actually had some appraisers. They contacted those in the know, and there's actually appraisers who will appraise actual islands. That's what their job is, just to appraise islands. Now, the Tonga government actually owns the land, so they are a leasehold nation, so a buyer could actually lease it out, believed to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $750,000 US up to $1 million if you want your own private island that just came up out of the ground.
I don't even know what to say. You can't build on it.
So, yeah, but you could bring your boat and you could stake your claim and say, hey, this is my own private island.
All right. You know, I suppose I have a couple comments.
I think it's kind of cool about that, don't you think?
Of course, the appraisers have that amount, by the way.
Oh, and there's thousands of islands that are actually for sale. You can actually go buy an island around the world, and I
did know that.
How are you going to find a comp? By the
actually,
way,
do you know we have islands for sale here in Washington?
I did not know that.
Yes, we do, and of course,
is Mercer Island one of them?
Can you even imagine what that would be worth?
Hello, Paul. We want to kick you off the island.
For all of you out-of-area listeners, Mercer Island is one of the most exclusive places to live. I mean, we waterfronts running anywhere from $4 to $15 million.
Yeah, that's a staggering number.
All right. Well, I am really excited to introduce our guest today. It's Wendy Papasan from the Papasan Real Estate Team in Austin, Texas. Wendy, welcome.
Hi, Via. Hi, Ben.
Hey, great to have you with us.
So Wendy has been a friend of mine. We're both Keller Williams agents, and I really admire Wendy's business. She runs a fantastic team that's very customer service-oriented in Austin, Texas. And Wendy, I'd love you to share with the listeners a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your team, so they can kind of get an idea of what you've got going.
Sure. Well, I have a team of realtors here that I work with. There's 9 of us on the team now, and I've just been in real estate for 5 years. Last year, we did just over $1 million in commissions, and we're in the top 250 in all of Keller Williams out of 115,000 agents worldwide.
Fantastic.
I'm also a wife, and I have 2 children. They're 9 and 10, and we also own several rental properties, which I manage, and we're involved in several other, businesses around town, a venture capital firm and a hotel and some things like that.
A hotel?
Wow, you got your hands everywhere. You guys are in everything.
I do.
I love
do.
that. That's so awesome. Well, Wendy, part of the reason I'm really excited to have you on is that clearly it's no secret, based on what we were speaking of a few minutes ago, that I struggle with this topic of balance.
Well, we all do.
Yes, we do. So, as you know, I have a team here in the Seattle area, and I've noticed an interesting trend. As I have grown and my business has grown, I'll meet with various agents, and I'll have them say things to me like, I don't want to create a big team, Via. I don't want to create a big business because I want to have a life, And the implication is that if you grow a big business, you work 24/7, and you're really sacrificing family and social time. And I wanted to get your response to that.
Well, I can completely understand that, Via, because I know when I was at that point in my business where I was ready to grow, I had been doing it for several years, and my second child was just starting kindergarten, and I was really making a decision, like, is this going to continue to be a part-time business, or am I really going to go for it? And I was at that place where I had a lot of fear and a lot of a lot of concern about, is my business going to be too big? Is my life going to be crazy? So I completely understand that. And basically, I think it's a fallacy, and it's all fear-based. And I think a lot of women, especially as women are primarily responsible for, or we feel like we're primarily responsible for the home life and for our kids in school and things like that. But, it's just not true. It's really fear-based. And if we create systems and we master the art of getting help in both our work life and our home life, then we can grow our business and maintain our quality of life.
Oh, I love
that's
that.
Great.
I also, just to add to that a little bit, I think that what happens is that when you start in many of businesses, in our case, real estate, you have a job. And what I know is the bigger you get, the more you're creating a business, and actually you work less in the long run.
You do.
In the short term, in the build-up, which I'm very much in, it is a little out of balance, and yet I'm hopefully working myself out of a job and into a sustainable business, which ironically is better for balance.
Absolutely. And as your business grows, when you first started out in real estate, you literally do everything. You put all the signs in the yard, you do all the paperwork, you generate all the business, and then bit by bit you hire people who take those jobs away from you, and eventually you're left with, probably for most people, how to generate the business, and then maybe you have a role in there as well. But at some point you can give all that up and just be the business owner and lead the team. And if you think of it as really like a progression where you hire great people and they take all those jobs away from you as your business grows, then it's kind of easier to see that leap from A to Z. I think a lot of people can't connect the dots. You know what I mean? You start out as self-employed, and then you're a business owner, and it's hard for people to connect the dots. But really the dots are who you hire to help you grow, and then all the systems that you create so that your standards are what's being upheld, and it doesn't have to be you doing everything.
That's great. So in general, and by the way, Wendy Papasan from Keller Williams Austin joining us here on the radio program on Real Estate Radio ViaVija. And once again, thank you for spending some time with us today. So Wendy, in general, what are the biggest challenges that you see to winning at work and at home that working parents and spouses face on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I think for me it was, mastering the art of getting help. And for me, who, grew up in a small town in Minnesota with a largely rural farm family, the idea of asking for help and hiring help was very, very uncomfortable for me. Mm-hmm. My whole family, we're farmers. I was the first kid in my family to actually graduate from college. And so for me to say, I'm going to get a housekeeper or I'm going to pay someone to mow my lawn was extremely uncomfortable. But I think when you start growing a big business, you need to get help at work, but then you also need to look at your home life and think, like, what can I give up? Who can I pay that makes less per hour than I do so that I can spend more time with my children and do the things that I want to do at home instead of spending 5 hours every weekend mowing the lawn.
So it's really leveraging your time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think mastering getting help is the number one thing that people struggle with. A lot of people who are entrepreneurs feel like they want to do it all themselves. It's kind of a personality trait of being an entrepreneur. And then also mastering the systems. And the systems, I think, go both ways as well. It's like, what are your systems at home? What are your systems at work that can help you to streamline everything so that your time is all you have, and you have to be efficient with your time, and systems and getting leverage are things that maximize your time.
Okay, Wendy, we have about a minute left. I want you to share an example, if you can, of when your business goals collided with your family goals and how you handled it.
Well, so I think it happens all the time, to be honest with you. I can remember when my kids were young, when I started in the business, my kids were 4 and 5, and I can remember literally kind of when I didn't even have an office at work and I was working from home, and my kids would be at home in the afternoon, and I would be, standing in the shower, not with the shower running, but, with the phone, trying to have a conversation with the bathroom door shut.
Oh, I've been there.
just trying to separate that home and work life.
It's like a phone booth.
Yeah,
Right.
so I think for me, the moment that I decided to be present at home and be present at work and really separate the two was huge for me because, when you are trying to work and your kids are there, you just get annoyed at your children. You're trying to multitask, and that's just so frustrating and hard. So the moment I said, you know what, I'm going to work, I'm going to be there, I'm going to be present at work from 8 to 5:30, and then when I come home, I'm going to be home, I'm going to turn my phone off, and I'm going to turn my computer off, I'm going to be there and present with my family. It was the best decision ever made.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's fabulous advice.
So, Wendy, so you've grown this team. You've clearly got other businesses, and now you've gotten into teaching. And I'd like to know more about that evolution and about the class that you've created and what the class is about and who benefits from attending your class.
Sure. Well, I think, when I joined Keller Williams, I got a huge gift, which was the gift of thinking bigger and the gift of mastering systems and mastering leverage. And so for me, it's really become my passion to help business owners, and especially women, because I do think everyone struggles with it, but women seem to struggle with it a little bit more. And so now I'm traveling across the country and teaching a class called How to Have a Huge Business and Have a Huge Life as well. So I'm going to be in the Seattle area on Friday teaching a class from 9 to 12 at...
You're going to be at McCormick and Schmick's Harborside.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
in
you.
Seattle.
I wasn't going to be able to pronounce that. Yeah. So I'll be there from 9 to 12. We're going to do a mom's mastermind, and then I'm going to be speaking on this topic of kind of home life, counterbalance, and how to have both, how to have a big life and not go crazy, and then also have a very successful business.
Well, I'm excited to attend, and, my goal is to be front row, and I've got my executive assistant attending as well. I just think it's such an important topic, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Good. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you, too.
So we're going to definitely put the registration information up on our Facebook page, but just once again, it's this Friday in Seattle at McCormick and Schmick's from 9 to noon.
It's in fact, because I am Johnny on the spot, it's already up.
Wow. Hey,
I know.
Let's all go.
I know. Well, Wendy, we really want to thank you for taking your valuable time out of your day. I know you have an appointment coming up, so we want to let you go, and I look forward to seeing you in person on Friday. And I want to also just remind our listeners, they too can see you in person on Friday, and the link is on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/radio ViaVija.
That's great. Well, thank you once again, Wendy. So we're going to take a short break right now. Coming up next, are the interest rates on the move? Find out as we get up-to-the-minute mortgage news with Cody Touche of Caliber Home Loans. as he gives you his Mortgage Minute. You won't want to miss it. See you in 1 minute at Real Estate Radio ViaVija.
Do you have plans to sell your home? Have you been thinking you might sell this year? Well, the best time to call a real estate agent is the moment you start thinking about it. And the best real estate agent to call is Vija Williams of the Vija team at Keller Williams Realty. Vija specializes in consulting homeowners on pre-listing prep, staging, marketing, and maximizing the market. Vija gets the highest price possible for her listings using an extensive inventory of staging accessories and furniture, professional photography, videography, and excellent negotiation. Call Vija today to find out how to take advantage of this seller's market. This just might be the perfect time to sell your home. Call Vija to find out more. Vija Williams of Keller Williams Real Estate, 425-998-VIJA. That's 425-998-VIA, 425-998-8452. Or visit us on the web at VijaWilliams.com. That's VIJA Williams.com.
Having trouble picking up the Alternative Talk 1150 signal? Well, whether you live in Portugal or Puyallup, Tasmania or Tacoma, India or Issaquah, you can get Alternative Talk 1150 programming streamed live on your computer via our website, 1150kknw.com. It's true. Just visit 1150kknw.com and click on the Listen Live button. Make sure you have an audio player installed that will play streaming MP3 audio such as Winamp, iTunes, or current versions of Real Player or Windows Player. Visit our website for more details. Remember, that's 1150kknw.com.
How to be a great dad in 15 seconds. Bike ride, go fish, walk in the park, phone call, milkshake, play catch, picnic, fly a kite, tell jokes, laugh, talk, read a story, tell a story, bumper car, swing set, bowling, pillow fight, cut loose, stay tight. Whew. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Do you have plans to buy a home? Are you thinking about possibly buying a home this year? The best time to call a real estate agent is the moment you start thinking about it. And Vija and her team are the best real estate agents to call. Interest rates are going to rise this year, so talk to us now about what that means for your purchasing power. We begin with a buyer consultation to understand your needs and wants. Then we search homes for you, research, preview, and most importantly, we negotiate and help you win in multiple offers. Start your home search today at ViaCentral.com. Or call us at the Vija team to find out more. And remember to call us now before interest rates go up. The Vija team, Vija at Keller Williams, 425-998-8452. That's 425-998-VIJA. 425-998-VIA. 425-998-8452. And start your home search at ViaCentral.com. That's VIJA Central.com. ViaCentral.com.
Body, mind, and spirit. Alternative Talk 1150 covers it all.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio ViaVija, your weekly radio show with the buzz on what's happening in the real estate industry in the Puget Sound and in the nation. I'm your host, Vija Williams, and I'm a real estate agent in the Seattle area.
And I'm Ben Williams, also a Seattle area realtor. You can join us every Monday from 9 to 9:30 a.m. here and online at blogtalkradio.com/ViaVija.
Well, it's time to bring in Cody Touche from Caliber Home Loans. Cody is a sponsor of Real Estate Radio ViaVija, and he's going to give us up-to-date mortgage news. In fact, he does give us up-to-date mortgage news every week in 1 minute. That's right, folks. It's Cody's Mortgage Minute, and we are forcing him to tell us everything important and relevant in the entire mortgage industry in 60 seconds. Good morning, Cody.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Excellent. How about you guys?
I'm doing fabulous. Hey, the rain finally stopped.
Oh, yeah,
my
just
gosh.
in time for the work week.
Time to get ready to roll. So are you ready to roll with this Mortgage Minute?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, on your mark, get set, and go.
Great. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Cody Touche, owner of the Touche team at Caliber Home Loans. Today I wanted to talk with you a little bit about pre-approvals. The pre-approval stage is the most important stage in the home buying process, and it all too often is overlooked by a lot of buyers. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you've bought 7 homes in your lifetime, this step is still a very important one. This market that we're in is very competitive, and most homes are receiving multiple offers. We never want your pre-approval process to be the reason why you didn't accept or your offer wasn't accepted on a house. So what we do at the Touche team is we get all of the important items that would be needed to send your file to the underwriter up front ahead of time. This list consists of your last 2 pay stubs, your last 2 bank statements, your last 2 years' tax returns, and your last 2 years' W-2s, along with your driver's license. The reason for this lengthy list is because those are the items that we're going to have in the file anyways, and oftentimes those items we can uncover something on those items that we maybe didn't catch the first time in a pre-qualification. So if you haven't provided those, if you think you're pre-approved with your bank or lender, and you haven't provided those items to them, then I would suggest you give us a call at 425-492-1698, or you can find us online at thetoucheteam.com, and that's your mortgage minute.
Great. Thank you so much, Cody.
Wow, you did it, Cody. That was beefy. I couldn't agree more. Just to jump in there, you have to be pre-approved in this market, period. It is just too competitive not to be.
Yeah, and don't wait until Saturday morning when you're going to write an offer on Saturday night to get it done, because it's just it's a lot of work for the lender and it's a lot of work for the client, right? They got to dig up all those documents.
That's
Very good. All right, well, thanks, Cody. Well, that's it for us today here on Real Estate Radio ViaVija. We want to thank our special guest, Wendy Papasan from Keller Williams in Austin, to help us get some balance in our life, both professionally and at home.
Yes, thank you very much to Wendy. And I also want to let you know that we're here on the AM dial at 11:50 a.m. and online at blogtalkradio.com/ViaVija every Monday morning from 9 to 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Of course, Blog Talk Radio is anytime you like. You can also like us on Facebook and Twitter and interact with questions and comments there. Facebook is Radio ViaVija, and our Twitter handle is ViaVija.
Great. Well, go ahead and have a great week, everybody. We will see you back here next Monday on Real Estate Radio ViaVija. Have a great one. Goodbye, everybody.